It's awesome.
I think the last thing I wanted to talk about
Oh yeah.
is actually our camping trip.
Okay, let's talk about our camping trip. So I took Eddie camping for
It was really nice.
Essentially the first time.
Basically.
Yeah.
I mean, basically, like, that was my first time without, like, any, like, real, like, adults like that.
Yes.
And I remember it was funny because I was like spitting out this, like, napkin math idea. I was like, Katelyn, I, like, kind of want to go on a hike. And then she's like, if you want to go on a hike, we have to go, like, next week. And I was like, what? And she's like, it's October, Eddie. It's going to be winter. And I was like, oh, shoot, you're right.
Go camping.
Yeah.
Yeah, not on a hike.
Oh, did I say hike? Oh, I'm in camping. I'm in camping. Yeah.
Yeah, because it gets so cold. And we did nearly freeze.
Yes.
We did nearly freeze the last night that we were there
cold.
because it got
It was
way
so
too cold. But thankfully it didn't rain and it didn't snow. But it was definitely cold enough that if there were rain, it would have snowed.
Yes. Yes.
So we went to Truckee.
Yes.
And then we had so much stuff in my car. We were way over prepared.
Yeah. Well, I think it's better to be way over prepared, especially because like I don't even have a baseline, right? I'm like, well, I don't know what to bring for camping. I don't go camping like that. So I'm like, I think it's good if we have all this food, and I just had all these ideas about the food. We ate not too much of it.
I remember making quesadillas the first night, and then I made breakfast.
Yes.
And it was hard to keep everything warm because it was so cold outside.
There's so much wind. So much wind.
But we had a fire. We went to Safeway, we bought wood, and we made a fire, and it was great.
Do you remember, like, for some reason our wood wouldn't catch fire?
Yes.
So
then...
I felt bad because at some point on the trip I was like pretty inebriated.
This is true.
And I was just like sitting there. I like knew my legs wouldn't move. And then Katelyn had to keep like grabbing these pine needles off the floor and like throwing them into the fire. And the thing is, like, the pine needles, they were great for the fire.
Yes.
But they would last like maybe 30 seconds.
Yes.
And Katelyn has to throw in a new pile. And I'm just watching. I'm like, oh, I feel so bad, but I feel so warm. So.
No, I definitely. Wow. Yes. I definitely cleaned the forest floors that night of pine needles. Like, there were none around our campsite for like until I'm sure this year.
Yeah.
But then do you remember pouring Fireball on the fire?
No. Wait, what?
Yes.
Why did we do that?
Because I was like, wait, Eddie, like alcohol makes it, and then it did.
We did?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Sounds really stupid.
Pine needles and alcohol really just. Whoop.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah. But then it stayed.
Oh, perfect.
Hurting. Yeah. It was great.
I guess it's a good thing that we put pine needles there then. Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember pooping?
That was the first night, right?
Oh, maybe it was.
I think it was the first night. So, I don't know. We went to bed like kind of early, like probably like 11 maybe. Like it was so cold.
Yes.
And then I just remember like setting up the tent. I didn't know how to put it up, and then we didn't put it up right. But I was like, at least it's standing, so it's fine.
Yeah.
And anyway, so we go to bed, and at like 2 a.m. I hear like Eddie like wrestling around, and I'm like, oh,
no.
I hope everything's fine. And then he like goes out of the tent, and I'm like, oh, he's probably maybe a little having a hard time being inebriated. Like maybe he just has to go walk around for a minute. But then
it's like pitch black. That's so scary.
I don't know. It's like, well, he didn't wake me up, so I hope he's fine. And then like he was gone.
No.
For a while.
No, I was. No, yes, what are you talking
about? You were gone for a long time. You were gone for so long.
It couldn't have been.
And anyway, so I'm like, okay, well, I hope he comes back. Like, there's no bears out here. Like, he'll be fine. And so he comes back, and then the next morning, I'm like, oh, morning, I'm gonna go make food. And he's like, okay, yeah, it sounds good. That sounds good. And then he's like, actually, like, I wouldn't walk over there. Yes.
Oh my god.
And I was like, and you were like, yeah,
No!
Yes, you did, because you didn't know where the bathroom was. I remember we were so drunk.
Yes.
On that Friday, like, walking to the bathroom, when I tell you we were tripping over trees, like, and all these things, and then we wake up the next morning, and it was literally, like, from here to, like, maybe a couple feet. It was very close. And we made it seem like it was miles away.
Yeah, so my recollection was earlier in the night, Katelyn needed to use the bathroom. Yes. And then so, but at that point we were both pretty inebriated. Yes. And like there was like a faint light in the distance, and I was like, oh my god, do we have to go all the way over there? And then so like we're like tripping over bushes while being super inebriated. I think I was cross too, and I was like,
you were.
I was like tripping over, like this is hell, dude. It felt like a year it took to get to that bathroom.
No, it took forever.
Yeah.
And then like the next morning, I just remember being like, oh my god, there's a path, and it's so close. Like we were so close to the bathroom.
It was ridiculous.
It was ridiculously close.
And then so. But yeah,
but at 2 a.m. you were like, oh my god, this bathroom's miles away.
Yeah, literally, exactly,
like,
yeah.
I have to go shit under a tree.
I was like, I'm not doing that path again. I'm not traveling a year to go poop.
Yeah.
And
there was a path. We didn't have to trip over bushes.
It was bad because like at 2 a.m., right? My eyes just shot open. I was like, I have to shit.
No, that happens.
I have to shit.
That happens when, first of all, you have a cheese quesadilla.
Oh, that's why.
Right?
And also alcohol. And
alcohol.
Yeah.
No,
So,
the whiskey shits are really different. They're different.
Yes, and it was whiskey.
Yeah.
I remember now. Yes. And then so I remember like I was like, okay, well I'm not gonna walk a year over it or something.
Right.
I'm gonna walk like half a year.
Naturally.
Yes. I walked half a year over to a tree. I was
Which was so close to our tent.
This is a good distance away. And then I just like pulled on my pants and then shat on the tree, and then like found some leaves.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
You,
right?
Sorry, keep going.
Yeah, and then that was the toilet paper. And I was like, okay, this is...
We had toilet paper.
I walked half a year away. I don't know. So I'm like taking that leaf and I'm like... And then just pulling up my pants, and then I just crashed back down into the tent.
Right.
And then yeah, you're right. You were cooking, and then I was like, oh,
Don't.
I walked like half a year away, and then you're like, oh, okay. You mean like right there, where all those flies are, where that pile of shit is? And I'm like, oh, I guess it wasn't as far as I thought.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And then you're right. Like we just looked over at where the bathroom was, and it really wasn't that far.
So close.
And yeah, there was a path.
Idiotic. Yes.
Yeah.
It's like the yellow brick road.
Yep.
So
they're gonna call it the brown
lit.
brick road now.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
So.
That was your path to the tree.
The brown brick road, just right there. Day 2. I pooped outside last night at 3 in the morning. I got the shits, my eyes shot open, and then I was like, I need to take a shit. But then last night we tried going to that bathroom, and it felt like it took 3 years to get to the bathroom. So then I ended up just finding a tree, squatting down, checked, and I pooped. I pooped right there. It was a poop. And yeah, but the rest of the trip was really good.
Yes. Yeah, we went to Tahoe.
Yeah.
And that was the first time we ever went to Tahoe, which I thought was like really interesting.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You've lived in California for so long, you haven't been to Tahoe.
And you've never had matcha.
Yeah. Okay, fair assessment.
But yeah, no, I haven't been to Tahoe like that, so
I guess
at least
we're
in the
both
city. Like
uncultured. I guess we're both basic and both uncultured.
both just sheltered Vacaville kids. So.
Yes.